Hey, and welcome to the Drive and Dish podcast. We're here for college basketball picks on December the 12th. We have with us Dynamite David. All right, you ready for some college basketball picks on this Saturday?
Yes, sir. I'm relying on some good college basketball action. Football is kind of a little lean today.
I know, it's your first double duty day, college basketball and college football. We'll see how you manage. Let's go back over our picks yesterday. You went 1-1 because one of your games got axed. You won the UCLA -5 versus Marquette. Good win there. And Murray State didn't quite have it for you in the night game. Minus the 6.5. Southern Illinois ended up winning that game outright. So you are 1-1 to start the year. So staying at 500. I had a bad day, and it's been sort of a off week. We went 2-4 yesterday. We won the Seton Hall -4 over St. John's. Niagara was awful at +9. They were nowhere close. Fairfield possibly was even worse than Niagara at +5. They lost to Iona. Canisius, however, was good. So Canisius carried me through the day. Georgetown just missed that cover, and we're up big early and then melted away. And Manhattan, this is why you stay away from teams who haven't played all year. They were strictly terrible and barely scored 40 points in the game. So 2-4 overall, bringing my overall record to 55, 43, and 1. All right, so you ready to get down to today's games?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what do you got today?
I got a little three-pointer pick today. I've got, starting out, I like Belmont -5.5 against Lipscomb. Belmont's always been really consistent, and this Lipscomb team is just terrible, so I look for them to easily cover that 5.5. Up after that, I've got Florida +3 going into Florida State. Big rivalry game. Really like this Florida team. They're among the lead leaders in offensive and defensive efficiency, so I think they get the upset today. And then lastly, I like Mississippi State +2.5 versus Dayton. Dayton's probably could be a bigger favorite than 2.5, I think, but they've had a couple wins this year where they were double-digit favorites, barely managed to win those games, and Mississippi State's got a sophomore guard, Molinar, back, who missed the first 3 games, which were their 2 losses were, and he's averaged 18 points in these last 2. So I like for Mississippi State to upset Dayton plus the 2.5.
All right, good slate of 3 picks there. I think you're going to like my slate. It really has no teams many people have ever heard of. So they seem to have just adjusted the lines on me, and all my teams I liked early on seem to be a couple more points favorite than I really like. So I had to try to find some that I thought were getting some decent value today. So we're going to start out with Lafayette plus the 4.5. First, Louisiana Tech. Now, Lafayette really has not played anybody other than Baylor, who they got killed by. They have a win over New Orleans that they barely won, and Shreveport and Alexandria. So that they've played the campuses of all the Louisiana schools, and they're going up against La Tech. I just think this will be a tight game, so I like the plus 4.5. Louisiana Tech, much like Lafayette, hasn't really played much of anybody other than LSU, and they got killed. They have wins over UT Arlington, Northwestern State, Law Monroe, and Southeastern Louisiana. So right now, I think those 2 teams are about on the same line. So we're going with the home team and getting points in that one. Next up, we have UAB going to East Tennessee State. And I like this one just because East Tennessee State has not been very good this year. So the minus 4.5 for UAB, who started out hot at 5-0. Now, granted, the 5-0 is versus a mishmash of pretty bad teams, but their overall numbers have been pretty solid, especially defensively. And this East Tennessee State team, while really good last year, sadly did not get to play in their tournament with their 5 seniors, and has been pretty poor this year, getting beat badly by Abilene Christian and then losing to Austin Peay, who is not a very good team. They did bounce back and beat Middle Tennessee, but I think UAB is a much better team than they are this year. So we're looking for minus 4.5 for them this year. Next up, we're going with Stephen F. Austin minus the 4.5 versus Law Monroe. Stephen F. Austin always has a really, really solid basketball program. Law Monroe is not one of the basketball powers. So I look for Stephen F. Austin to go down to Monroe and beat up on them a little bit. So I thought there was a little bit of value there in the minus 4.5 for Stephen F. Austin. Next up, I don't advise ever watching this game or matchup. IUPUI versus Tennessee State. This is not going to be a good basketball team. So these are two of the worst teams in basketball, but I figure Tennessee State going to IUPUI minus the 2. Hopefully IUPUI has enough life in them to play hard and cover this point spread of -2, but I can't give you any value in IUPUI. They're really bad. Tennessee State just might be a little bit worse. And finally, we're going with Ball State minus the 7 over Illinois State. Bit of a rivalry game here, but Ball State is a much better team and probably, I'd say, going to battle for the top spot in the MAC versus Illinois State team who is not very good. Their only wins are UMass Lowell and Greenville. They were beat up by your Murray State team who lost to Southern Illinois yesterday and got beat up by Ohio State. So those are my picks for today on Saturday, December the 12th. That's our show, and we're out.